But better times, you were part of Takeover Blackpool 1, and you're also part of Takeover Blackpool 2, and a phenomenal match, a real standout match against Trent Seven. And I think one of the more scary, but definitely exciting moments was when you gave him your razor's edge over the top rope, and that poor guy on the outside, Eddie. Well, I think he's still kind of laying on the floor now recovering, but he took the full brunt of Trent going flying over the top rope. Poor guy. I hope he got a raise, an extra 50 quid in his pay packet for that. But I mean, a great match, a fantastic opponent. Back in the Emperor's Ballroom, I was there. A very memorable day and a very, very memorable match as well.
Yeah, it was a wicked moment. Trent's an absolute lunatic for taking that powerbomb.
Whose idea was that? Did he agree to that? My God, what a man!
He's a maniac. Yeah, it was a cool weekend, cool moment. That's one of those ones where you're like, you have a little bit less time. You're in the opener. I think sometimes like the best thing you can do is like, let's just create a moment. Let's just have something that's like, yes, at the end of the show there is, Tyler's wrestling Jordan Devlin on the show. We're probably not going to have the best match tonight with the best will in the world. Do you know what I mean? But we could probably have a moment. We could probably have a moment that everyone remembers, and I think we definitely managed to accomplish that. We had a moment that everyone sort of like remembers him flying over the top rope to the railings below. It's right up there with like it's a pretty gnarly bump. It's a pretty ridiculous idea. So yeah, I like it. I like that it's in like a I don't know. I was sort of like randomly probably vanity searching my name on the WWE network or something, and it's in like one of those little uh 10 moves of the month or something like that, like across main roster and NXT rosters and stuff. It's like the number one moment of some month in some
Yeah.
year. So that's pretty cool that it sort of like exists outside the lore of NXT UK.
Yeah, and I know that kind of the world went to shit shortly after that, and obviously the next time we saw you guys was in the BT Sports Studio with no fans, and then we did get fans back. But I think those NXT UK Takeover shows, in my opinion, were some of the best wrestling that was happening anywhere in the world. You know, the roster was stacked, the matches you put on, and the stories you told on NXT UK in general. But then you add in the takeovers, and there was something really special about those three shows.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really special time in our lives for everyone who was involved in it. What's kind of cool about it is the vast majority of people who were involved in it were involved in British wrestling for the decade building up to that moment. So we'd all kind of been in the same locker rooms as one another for a decade prior, just in way, way, way smaller halls. So to look around the locker room in those takeovers and see people who you'd maybe wrestled in a fair in front of 12 people, or you know what I mean, maybe wrestled on a show where neither of you got paid, or maybe wrestled on a show where you got changed in the back of a van, was pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%.